People think Anna has silenced me. She would never. She has not sent me a cease and desist. She hasn't taken me to court. She hasn't done shit because every single thing I say is the truth. She tried to fool you guys by saying, oh, the reason why I didn't sue her for defamation is because it costs $1 million. No, it doesn't, babe. It's going to cost you $1 million in the end because you know everything I say is true and you're going to have to pay my legal fees. But she doesn't want to talk about that. I said in my podcasts that the Paul family fostered Aboriginal foster kids. And they did. They also permanently fostered another foster child that wasn't Aboriginal. Oh, I said I wasn't going to talk about Anna Paul anymore. I can take that back anytime I want to. Not only are they homophobic as fuck, racist as fuck, they're just bad people. They'll do anything for money, all right? Anything, including fostering children. Lying on their names for an extra fucking couple dollars, not feeding them good food, not feeding them, and being mad at empaths for feeding them, which she should be fucking doing out of her own. She did not foster these children out of her own heart. She was doing it for a fucking check. Keep in mind, this entire family, the Paul family, are all immigrants. Hans is from Germany. Vildan is from freaking Turkey. Attis was born in Germany, and Anna's lucky that she was born in Australia because her parents had her when they were here on holiday. So the fact that they're so racist to all these fucking Australian native people, yet they're walking around on Australian soil, is just insanity to me. Oh my fucking God. I witnessed disgusting things and the treatment and the neglect from that family. Alice Patterson was also an eyewitness, as she's Attis Paul's ex-girlfriend. She's made her own videos about it. I'm going to tag her here below. And Bailey Tallulah, a friend of Anna Paul that was at the house that had met the foster kids and heard horrible, disgusting things from Attis Paul's mouth. But I'm going to tell you guys the things that I witnessed and experienced because a lot of people want to know. Vildan is a racist. I've heard her say very racist things about all types of races, particularly about the Aboriginal foster kids that she fostered. I've heard Attis say horrible racist things, and even on the trip that we went to Uluru, he was joking around saying very racist, horrible things about Aboriginal people and joking about looking at the certain part of the rock in Uluru where men aren't meant to look because it's a birthing rock. And Anna, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree because she made an Instagram account just to bully their first foster kid, which is the reason why that foster kid got removed from their care. And this was before I was ever around. So because Mama wasn't able to have a permanent foster child, she was still able to do respite, which is a system where you can foster other people's foster kids just for the weekend to give the foster parents a break. So she did that, and then she got 2 Aboriginal foster children. But these foster children are just an income to the Paul family. The Paul family is so money hungry, and this was before the OF and the e-com and the fucking crypto groups, all right? Alice's story and Bailey's story take place before mine, but one of the very first weekends that I shared with the Paul family, when I was over their house, I had purchased Domino's pizza. I had bought 3 pizzas and I had given the foster children a pizza to share because Vildan only buys Mountain Dew, I think, or burger rings for them to eat because it's all profit. She was getting paid a certain amount of money to look after these children. All right, she's not doing it out of the kindness of her own heart. So why would she want to spend money on feeding these children? She will feed them the cheapest, frozenest shit, garbage. None of them were nice to these foster kids, and I'm actually waiting for one of them to make their own story online talking about the things that they experienced with this family because I know one of them does social media, and the Paul family, even years later, will look up his social media and make really homophobic remarks about him because apparently he's rainbow flag. And if you heard Alice's story, you'll know what's coming. Mama comes down and sees them eating the pizza and basically asks everyone who gave them this pizza. But she was angry. She wasn't happy. She was upset that the kids had pizza. She didn't even buy the pizza. It's like she doesn't want her kids to buy the pizza because she doesn't want $1 from their income going to the kid. She doesn't want happiness for other people. That's the best way I can describe it. Hans Paul is completely excluded from this. He's a nice guy, and from what he has told me, he completely raised that first foster kid because Vildan got him for the money that she'd receive every week and then just wouldn't do anything for him. When Vildan noticed that I'm the one that actually bought the pizza, she had the most angry look on her face. And prior to me answering that I'm the one that bought the pizza, the look on Attis's face was very concerned. He was concerned that I had given the pizza to the children and that their mother was going to be upset and it was going to be this whole thing while they're eating. And it wasn't a sugar thing. It wasn't an unhealthy junk thing. I know it's fucking pizza, all right? The kids were eating Mountain Dew and burger rings like they always would, cheap snacks. They would always say they're hungry. They would always be saying they're hungry. This wasn't my first time meeting them. These kids were so skinny. They would always say they're hungry and Vildan wouldn't want to feed them. She wouldn't. She would feed them like a couple fucking pieces of junk and they'd always be like, I'm hungry. And that was apparently being naughty. She'd also lie to the department and say that the children are so unbehaved and really, really naughty when they are the most behaved and polite foster children I've ever met. These 2 kids. They were so polite and well-mannered, it was insane. She would lie to the department, lie to the parents of the foster children, obviously, say they're really, really, really naughty, because if the children are so not behaved and misbehaved and, oh, she gets a pay rise, she'll get a double payment. So of course she lies. And this is a common thing amongst like the foster system in Australia. It's so pathetic. They need to take it away because it just ends up in the wrong hands. You haven't fed these children. She has no empathy. And like Atis's best friend said, he would bring her water bottle to school empty because it got accidentally got left at his house because their mother wouldn't let him fill it up because it's their water and like why, like she can get her own. All the empathy, I'm a fucking empath, all right? All the empathy from this family is all fake and performative. Anna stole my fucking personality. And I have all the confidence to say that. She's not a fucking empath. She has not a single soul, not a single little bit of empathy. And neither does that mother. And if they do, it's only for themselves. They don't care about human beings. And Anna won't speak on this because she knows those foster kids would be much older now and they have social media. And if they already aren't speaking on the situation, I'd be very surprised because I know a lot of shit went down. And we know Bilda wasn't the best stepmother to Sarah Paul, one of my friends that is a sibling to Anna. We know that. She's a nasty woman and Anna and Addis Paul know that. And they know exactly what happened to all the foster kids that entered their home because they also contributed. Anyways, I had to just clear it up because I forgot to speak about it in my podcasts and I prompted it and I'm getting tagged in a bunch of videos about it requesting me to speak. Good night.